Hello, welcome to All the Pies. My name's Si. This is Vinny, and this is the Manu Destruction Review.
God, he scored so many goals.
Hello, everyone. As you can see, no Kev today. I am joined by Vinny. Say hi, Vinny. Oh, did you just fart? Anyway, Vinny's a little bit of a whinge bag. He doesn't like being left alone. So if I put him on the floor, he'd probably start crying. But I think we're going to have to try it, aren't we? Because this isn't going to work. Because I've got to read me notes about the match, Vinny. And you just take up too much space with your long sausage body. Yes, good, right. Say bye, everyone. Bye. Right, that's Vinny gone off to play with some of his toys, raggle them about a bit. Just like Newcastle United did yesterday when we dominated, dismantled, and destroyed Man U. Yeah, absolutely amazing game. Match of the atmosphere of the season at St James's so far. It was phenomenal. It was great to be there. I'm sure everyone's now seen the match. Watched it back. I've watched it a couple of times because I had a few drinks yesterday. So I've had to watch it back and make some notes today so that I can do, a proper review with some points from the game. Because all I can remember yesterday is singing. I'm going to have a little drink as well. It's Easter, nearly. It's what Jesus would have wanted. I'd had a drink yesterday, and yesterday was just all about singing, shouting, cheering, riling up the Man U fans, and enjoying some amazing football. Enjoying a masterclass from Eddie Howe in how to play a game that really means something that was crucial in our chances for a top 4 finish and Champions League football. It was beautiful, beautiful. Also, a mention of War Flags, who again put on a fabulous display. I was underneath, I sit in the Leeds end, so I was underneath one of those flags, trying to reach it, but I couldn't reach it. Fat little arms couldn't reach. But Kev at the back, he's like, I'm not even that short. I'm like 5'11", but Kev's like, I don't know, 7'8" or something. So he was pretty much the one in control of the flag. So that's how that went. But yeah, it was just bouncing. The place was jumping. Lively as hell, and I've got me notes here about like a point by point what happened because, like I say, I couldn't take in and remember everything that happened on the pitch. I was just too much in the atmosphere. I'm not a journalist. I'm a fan, and I get right into it. And also, when it's at the Gallagher end, I can't really see what's happening. My eyesight's shocking, so I have to just wait until I hear a cheer. I can see little dots moving about. Other than that, I just wait for the cheer to go up, and then I'm up and I join in. So yeah, we started off the game great, really, full of energy, no fear inward. And on the 10-minute mark, Trippier knocked in the ball, headed down by Isak, Longstaff just on it, but it got a deflection off Martinez, and that was 10 minutes in, and that was pretty much how the game went there on in. At 15 minutes, this was the here was their man of the match. He stopped yesterday's game from being an absolute massacre. It could have been 5, 6, 7. It could have been any number. Their defense just could not deal with what we had up front. So on the 15-minute mark, Isak has a shot. Great stop by De Gea. But then Willock gets it on the rebound, and again, De Gea makes the save again to deny what should have been 1-0, if not 2 at that point. De Gea was definitely their man of the match, the only player that really gave anything for the and he wasn't even wearing a red shirt because he's a keeper. So the only player that played for the Barge yesterday on their team was De Gea, in my opinion. Move on to the 20-minute mark. Maxi crossed from the left to Longstaff, but the shot went wide. Looking back when I've watched that, obviously, on the match of the day, it was probably off. Well, it was definitely going to offside, even if Longstaff had to put it away. VAR would have definitely ruled it offside. So yeah, we'll continue in the first half with this energy, this constant bombardment from Newcastle. And on the 37th minute, Maxi bombing down the left, give it a Longstaff, but it just went wide. And I remember this was the point where I was on my feet. I was almost certain it went in. I'd started cheering before it was found out that it didn't go in. It was just the atmosphere, like I say, in the Leazes, because that's where we were shooting the first half, was just tremendous. And I don't want to say what pepper in the goal, but they didn't seem to have any chances whatsoever. And looking at the stats afterwards, turns out they only had one shot on target to our 22. Just crass. Yeah, so we went into half-time 0-0. Should have been 2-up at least, but we went in half-time 0-0. Came back out, no changes made by either team. And then on the 47th minute, Trippier has a free kick, obviously down at the Gallagher end, and he sparked out Fabian Shaw, who I want to say is an absolute warrior. Fabian Shaw, he has got no fear whatsoever in getting his head in any place where it needs to be to defend or to attack. He's absolutely tremendous, Fabian Shaw. As they all were yesterday, I can't fault a single player yesterday. They all played out of their skins. They all played for the shirt. That includes substitutes, which we'll get on to in a sec. But every single one of those players played for that badge. And it was great. And the cliche of the fans being the 12th man was definitely at play. So like I say, the atmosphere was absolutely bouncing. So yeah, on 53 minutes, short corner played, then Trippier whips a great one into the box, but there's absolutely no one there. 57 minutes, Shaw has a shot, goes wide, and we were all thinking, oh, is this going to be one of those games where it's 0-0, we've played out our skin? Is it going to be like a 0-0 draw, or Man United going to just like nick a one at the very end, just to be such an unjust result? So yeah, I was nervous, I can tell you. Even though we were dominating, I was nervous. But on the 65th minute, Isak plays an absolutely delightful through ball to Bruno. Bruno then crosses it right across goal to Maxi, who's at the far post, who nods it. It's lovely, weighted header back. It's just an open goal. Willock's there, puts it away, and he just runs off. I don't know how his chest must be absolutely knacking him, because he was smashing that badge as he was running to the corner. The fans were just going nuts. Willock was going nuts. Bruno doesn't even join. He doesn't even go to join them. He just shouts wherever he is. He just goes absolutely crackers. That team, the chemistry in that team, man. The teams love one another, and it really shows. And it was just absolutely phenomenal. And Willock, who's been outstanding of late. I don't understand how he hasn't had an England call-up. But yeah, Willock rightly puts it away, and Newcastle rightly go 1-0 up. And then shortly after, I think, before the goal, Eddie Howe was readying these changes. Maxi and Murphy go off. I want to say Murphy, again, played out of his skin. Obviously, we know Murphy's not an elite player, is he? He had a shock out under Bruce. He just didn't look like he was, going to be a long-term player. But he's really, really taken his chance. And I would love to see Murphy get a goal. And I would love for him to start chanting one of our own. He's one of our own about Murphy, because he was a Toon fan since he was a kid. And you can see he absolutely loves the club. And the fans are starting to love him. I'm a big fan of Jacob Murphy, something I never thought I'd say, but fair play to him. So Maxi and Murphy off, Joe Linton and Gordon come on. And then after that, the subs were great. Gordon just looked lively as fuck. Looked really good. Looked like he'd got some chemistry with the squad. Kind of knows the rest of the team now. Joe Linton was great. De Gea had to make a save from a Joe Linton header. De Gea knocked it off the bar. So again, look, that wasn't 2-0 right there. And then we're getting towards the end of the game, and it was still obviously Newcastle completely dominating the game. But 1-0 is always like in a shit in your pants kind of scoreline when it gets to the end, especially with the old adage or the old cliche of Fergie time with Man U. You're worried that like this deserved win could be taken away by some, one good chance from them making it 1-1. So, I felt nervous, even though we're dominating. I did feel really nervous. But then an absolute peach of a superb free kick by Trippier, just headed home by Callum Wilson, who not long came on, and the place erupted. It was absolutely fantastic. Wilson was obviously so happy to score. The fans were happy that Wilson scored. The team were jumping on him, and it was great. And at that point, we knew the 3 points were in the bag, and Newcastle had leapfrogged Man U, who went into the third. Only on goal difference, I'll add, but we are now in third place with a game in hand on Spurs and equal pegging with Man United, but ahead by goal difference. And if any stop whinging, we'll beat Man U, man. It's good. And yeah, it was fantastic. It was absolutely great. Atmosphere of the season for me. Also, I'll mention Eddie Howe having won over on Ten Hag with his gameplay, with his management, with his tactics. Absolutely superb game. Amazing result. If only we could have buried a few more away, it could have really been an absolute massacre, because Man United did not turn up and Newcastle United absolutely thrashed them. And yeah, everyone was absolutely buzzing. So a little quick video today, because obviously Kev's at work, but I wanted to get this up. Obviously I've got no one to bounce off like I normally do, so I can't try and do jokes and shit. So it's just a point by point review. But me and Kev will be back tomorrow with a preview of is it Brentford? I think it's Brentford. It's definitely, we've got 2 away games on the bounce. I think Wednesday is Brentford. But we will be back anyway tomorrow with the preview video. Once again, if you have liked the video, please show that by clicking the thumb like button. If you are yet to subscribe, please go and do that. Please share, but also please comment on what your thoughts were of the match. If you were there, how you felt the atmosphere was, what you enjoyed about the game. If you weren't there, if you're watching it at home on Sky or on a dodgy, snidey stream somewhere, write in the comments what you felt about the game, how you felt we played. Yeah, and we will see you tomorrow with the preview video. Thank you very much. See you all later. As Kev would say, goodbye.